Right, cover is now back on, and I bet you are bursting at the brass straps to see this. Right, here we go. Let's put a bit of light on the subject. It's all back together. One plug went in there for the power for the platter turntable, and there was another plug which takes the signal from the needle down into there. Right, so it's all back together. I've got a record waiting to play there. I have a Night Beats 2 ready to play. Now I can only do little tiny blast because of copyright and all that malarkey. Right, so let's power on first. Okay, let's power on the amplifier first and turn that onto 0, and then we'll power this beastie on that. Ooh, orange light. Turn that off so you can see it. Okay, first of all, let's turn the volume up a little bit. Literally just a bit. So here we have, that's record level. They can stay where they are. That's bass and boost. That is treble. So we'll sort of put that in the middle, I think. Left and right, put that in the middle. And volume, let's do radio first, shall we? It's not the end. It's not the end, you know. How cool is that? Right, let's get rid of that. Okay, so we're a third of the way there. Okay, let's put a Cassietti in. And press tapage. Oh look, you can see an ugly mug in there, look. Tape. Okay, let's do a quick, where's play? There it is. Do a play on there. Oh my. Oh baby. Right, now let's put the turntable, let's put the light on so we can see what we're doing. And here's a classic from the past. There's another one you won't like. Hooked on Classics. Fan WDozy. We'll have a really cool, let's just put that to, let's put the arm up first. Take that across to get the platter going. Like so. Hang on a minute. Up. Thank you very much. So we'll get that in line. There we go. Get that nice, got a brand new style eye on there. Speed selector, which one are we on? In is 45, out is 33. And if we look at the strobe, it's moving forward slightly, isn't it? So let's sort that out by twisting this and get that to stay still. Whee! Wrong way, easy. Backwards. No, wrong way. I think it's about as near as we're going to get it, isn't it? Okay, let's down with the needle. Oops. Phone out. Rock on, Tommy. That sounds flipping awesome. Let's see if the auto cut works. I'm happy. I am so happy with this. This is just there's just one more mod that I couldn't really do, and it's probably the most important modification on the planet for a music hi-fi system, and that is to reduce as much vibration as humanly possible from machine turntable to machine placement and all the rest of it. Now, over the years, I have collected many parts for various things. I've spared. That's a completely automatic turntable down there. I would have liked to have fitted that, to be fair, in here, but it's a lot smaller, so it just doesn't work. So I will be building my own bespoke turntable. Watch this space, guys. Right. Yes. Think, brain, engage. Okay, let's turn this off for a minute. Power down, turn that off. There we go. I mustn't forget to turn this off down here as well. I love that amplifier. That is just so cool. Yeah, it is the feet for this deck. Basically, all it has are 5 of these. Well, I can only describe. Let's get a single one. That's it. One of these, just basically an old rubber sort of washer, if you like. It's barely, well, I don't know, it's about 8mm thick, I suppose. And on the bottom of that, it had one of these rubbery pads, like little felt pads. That was a felt pad, believe it or not, originally. You can see where that had worked its way to about there in the heat. I suppose it must have just... Anyway, that's what I had on the bottom of this poor thing. And it's not really... It's... Is it bouncy as such? Not bouncy is the wrong word, isn't it? Is it... It's too... I think it's too hard a material to... With the weight of this thing, because it is a lot of weight. It is a solid state piece of kit. So I went through my boxes of bits and pieces and I came across these things. Now, of which I obviously have 4. Let's just bring them down. These were from a DJ turntable. I think it was a like a 120Y, something like that. And they thread up into you know, like a threaded bolt nut encapsulated in the building and in a building inside of the machine, so you can literally use this left and right to up and down and get the level straight, because that is most important about your turntable. It has to be level on all 3 axes. Okay, X, Y, and the one between X and Y. Oh god, that's what makes this channel funny, isn't it? Me, because I'm stupid. Anyway, as you can see, that is a lovely... Imagine the weight of that thing on there. That'll be cushioned on all 4 corners, beautifully cushioned. I was going to do that on this thing, but I can't at the moment for certain reasons, and one of the reasons being that there are plates of steel. You've got the plastic case, okay, and before they put any electronic stuff in it, steel plate and steel plate. So I could have just drilled through, beg your pardon, and tapped, you know, an M6 thread and just Bob's your uncle. But the steel plates are right literally next to the electronics, and if I drill through there, bosh, it's going to go into the PCBs. So I've got to rethink it. I might make a very shallow, if I can, like a jig, like a rectangular jig. Does that make it sound? It sounds like right, doesn't it? And then I can fit these 4 feet onto a jig, and I would ideally like to get one in the center, just to support the center, so it doesn't try and sag the thing. So yeah, that's the plan. That will happen at some point. For the moment, I'm just going to stick them old feet back on it, because it is on scaffold boards. These are old scaffold boards here, all fixed down. That's proper fixed down to this unit here, so it's very solid. But I just didn't want to, you know, come in and bonk that or whatever, or go into a drawer, you know, and bump. Last thing you want to be doing is scratching thingies. So I can get perfect flatness, perfect horizontal equilibrium going on there with those adjustable feet as and when. I will do my utmost at the moment with, you know, bare mats and things to try and get it as I want it. But overall, dead chuffed. So what have we done? Basically, we have fixed the cassette player with £14 worth of basically 2 pieces of rubber, tiny bits of rubber from Germany, nonetheless. I have added a deck light. It's dead now because I've turned it off. We have new lights that work in there. We have all lights working on there. I've cleaned all the sliders. There aren't really any pots as such. I've cleaned this glass and inside it because it was filthy. Now it is spotless. Absolutely. Beg your pardon. So all's fair in love and war. That's all nice. Yeah, got a new needle. Oh, incidentally, a new drive belt. Let's just take that on there. Off there. Here's the platter. There we go. So here's your platter, and it's driven via the motor, which is there, with a big rubber band which goes right round there. So that's got a new belt on it. When I first got this was separate, wasn't even on the machine, and there was black bits of rubber just dotted around where it used to be, so I had to clean all that up. So there we go. That's what fires around your deck, your platter, splattery platter. I used to have a DJ console, a Newmark and Citronic. Double deck there, cassette player in the middle, deck there, big lights coming over, proper 70s styley, with a memory on it. You could press the button and keep your finger on it for, I think it's like a second and a half. You could say whatever you wanted to, and then you could echo it or reverb it back out through the speakers to the people. And if you say something like boobs, you know, sped out boobs, boob, 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 it's funny. It's just funny. It's my sense of humour. People after a few drinks absolutely love that kind of stuff. You know, I had so much fun with that deck. I did that for, I don't know, over 10 years, just as a hobby, just as a bit of fun. Wicked, absolutely wicked. Yeah, so I'm kind of, I don't know what I'm doing this for with this, but it's the quality of the sound that comes out of these speakers. I'm going to go away now, have myself a nice Yorkshire brew, a nice cup of tea, and I will come back upstairs and I will enjoy some music, probably that album, whilst I clean away all this shrapnel and mess that I've created, as per usual. Let's have a look at the artwork, shall we? Let's have a look at the artwork. Hooked on Classics. If you're thinking about getting into vinyl, I need to get myself a record cleaner. I've basically just got a brush, and I use distilled water and a bit of washing up liquid. Oh, don't do that, easy. It's terrible. I know, but anyway, there we go. Hooked on Classics. Right. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for just being here, really, because there's no point in me doing these things if nobody looks at me, is there? If you could subscribe, I would like that. Big one coming, big news coming. If I'm physically able to do so, will be the Bergman. I need to address the frame. Probably don't need to, but for my peace of mind, I've got to sell the bike because I can't handle the thing there. It's just too big and heavy. I am a lot weaker than I used to be a year ago, 2 years ago, because of conditions. So it's got to go. Okay, and I'm hopefully going to be stripping that down, treating the rust best I can with my limited stuff, and getting it back on a brand new radiator to go in, because that one is original, it's rotten. New plugs, new service kit, new tyres. I bought some paint for the rims. Might do that, might not, all depends. Yeah, head bearing kit, you know, wheel bearing kit. I got all the gear to go on it, so that one to watch, and another one to mark into the to watch later column is Royal Enfield 350 Meteor. I have one. Yes, stop press. I have one. Thank you to Brian. for donating it to me. Good man, you know, top bloke, really. No, it's not what it seems like, but there we are. I have now a wine red 350 Royal Enfield Meteor. So if you don't know what that is, just type that into YouTube and you will see. I've been up and down the road on the thing and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm just glad that I can physically still ride because it's so light, that bike right now. So I'm just going to enjoy that as and when. I've done lots of modifications on it, little bits and pieces. It's not massively major stuff, but it's fun, and I think you guys will enjoy this few episodes that I've got coming up in the future. So there we go. Anyway guys, take care. Thank you so much for your kind words on my last video. I hadn't posted for an awful long time, but there are many reasons behind that. I'm back now as such. I'm hoping to be able to post regularly, i.e. once a year. No, it should be more than that. It should be at least one a month, at least, as long as I'm okay. All right, so anyway, take care. Thanks for your best wishes. It's good to see you all. You're still there, guys. Brilliant. Loving it. And thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll become a millionaire a bit quicker. Right, take care. Oh, sharp. The SG-460E. Job done.